Hey guys, I know a lot of you watch me for my makeup videos, but I wanted to do something a little different on my channel because putting on makeup today just was not in the cards. Mentally, my mind is elsewhere and I just felt like jumping on camera and putting makeup on would just come off really weird, not authentic, because I am getting surgery this coming Wednesday. And I just figured, you know what, let's talk about it, let's vlog. I've done videos like this in the past, so let's do it again. I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2015. On Wednesday, I am getting a much wanted, needed ablation and my tubes tied. I'm an open book over here too, so if this is something you're not really interested in hearing me talk about, I'm probably not the creator for you. I went in for a hernia repair, which that was not the first time I have had a hernia, and they found out I had endometriosis because I had a growth. It explained why my periods had been off the chain for so long. I also have a lung disease called cystic fibrosis, which I have talked about numerous times on my channel. The hernias come from me coughing very, very hard to be able to get the mucus up out of my airways, out of my lungs. The amount of bleeding that I have on my periods is to a point that I am extremely anemic. The doctors want me to come in for iron infusions every month, and the fact that my hospital is about 40-45 minutes away and to have to go and sit through an iron infusion every month, logically it just doesn't make a lot of sense for me to do because of the amount of other health things I have to do all the time. To add something else on my plate for me was just like, oh my goodness, do we really have to go this route? So they then decided to put me on iron tablets. Having cystic fibrosis, I have so many digestive issues. I'm pancreatic insufficient. I have to take digestive enzymes every time I eat, but because I really don't digest food very well, I'm constipated a lot of the times, and then have to take Miralax in order to relieve the constipation, which then leads to diarrhea. It's a vicious cycle, y'all. This is something I've dealt with all my life. So I knew getting put on iron tablets was gonna be another shit show, if you will, no pun intended. That is kind of what has happened, but it's better than having to go in for the iron infusions. However, they did not put me on the iron tablets daily, so I'm only on iron tablets Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I ended up getting a blood clot from birth control, so I cannot take birth control. Could I take progesterone? Yes, I could, but it would also add more doctors and more appointments on my list of folks I already have to see, more testing, all that kind of jazz. So I never went down that road either. Me getting pregnant is a slim to none chance anyway with having cystic fibrosis and having the endometriosis. So birth control for me, I was just like, why add another pill to my already huge handful of pills that I take every day, you know? The IUD for me just wasn't something I wanted to get either, just for my own personal reasons. So getting my tubes tied was kind of the only option here when it came to birth control, because you do have to have some sort of birth control when getting an ablation, because if you were to get pregnant, it would not end very well. It's not a good thing. The ablation is not a guarantee to completely stop my period or to make it better. It's a risk that it doesn't do either, but I'm willing to take that risk when it comes to having the surgery and hoping for the best. I'm a pretty positive person, so I would like to think this is going to be something very positive for me in my life. Even if it slows it down and I don't bleed as much, but I still have periods and I still bleed, I will take that as a win, you guys. I really will. I have seen, I think now, I'm on my 5th gynecologist. I am a huge advocate in just getting 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 16, 27 opinions, finding doctors who will listen to you. You know your body the best. If you're someone who is knowledgeable or does research when it comes to your health, you will find a doctor that listens to you. But going back to my gynecologist journey, the first couple gynecologists I went to, they were shoving the birth control ideas down my throat. And that was just a route with the progesterone only stuff I did not want to go down. Other gynecologists said they didn't want to go with the ablation. They would prefer to do a whole ass hysterectomy on me. Take out all my woman parts and call it a day. So I stopped seeing those gynecologists because in my head, the logical way to go about this would be to do the ablation. It's very simple. Yes, I have to get my tubes tied. That does add the complexity to the situation. My recovery time may be about a week, but it's a much easier route to go in recovery time than just getting the whole shebang hysterectomy part of all of this. I will be 40 in August, so the past 5-6 years, I was even younger, and I was just like, I don't want to have to get a hysterectomy, even though I know a hysterectomy would solve all the problems, but it would shoot me right into menopause. And, at 34, 35 years old, I'm like, absolutely not. I also had a gynecologist tell me that I don't bleed enough. How do you know how much I bleed? And I would go through a super tampon within 20 minutes from day 1 to day 3, day 4, it would at least slow down a little bit. So for me, just going this route, seeing if it works, taking the risk to see if this works, was my logic when going into this. If it doesn't work, then we can talk about a hysterectomy later down the road. That's what we're doing, and I found a gynecologist that totally 100% agreed with me. I've seen him 3 times since November, done all the testing, got my ultrasound done, went through all my medical records, and he said I 100% qualify for an ablation, that it shouldn't have been this complicated to even get, but here we are. All I can do is be grateful that I finally found somebody who would listen to me. It is not in the normal hospital that I'm used to, because all my medical professionals have always been in the same hospital. This one is outside of that hospital, but it's what I had to do to be heard. I highly suggest, if you feel like you're not being heard, to just keep trying, keep at it. There is somebody out there who will eventually listen to you. The one thing about this surgery or these procedures that I'm having done is that everything is so final when it comes to not having kids. I do not have kids. I knew from a young age, having cystic fibrosis, that having a child would be challenging. There has been a lot of medical advancement when it comes to cystic fibrosis that I'm so grateful for. But then adding on the endometriosis aspect to it has made it even harder to have kids. It kind of makes me rethink everything, but I think it's more because, when you can't do something, then you're like, well, maybe I want to. It's that kind of situation. So I've been a little emotional about it. I have cried a couple times about it. Lucky for me, I've been with my husband for 20 years. We've been together more than half of our lives. And I told him a long time ago, if he wanted kids, I'm probably not the woman to be with. And he's still here 20 years later. And I do know, we can always adopt. There's always ways to go about that. But it's just, those thoughts are crossing my mind. And just having it so final is like, am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? So yeah, I've been kind of going through it the past several days. Sometimes I feel like I'm alone in this situation. I know I'm not, but a lot of people don't talk about it. So if you are going through this, if you have endometriosis, just know that you're not alone. My surgery is super early in the morning on Wednesday. I have to be there at 6 a.m. Surgery is scheduled for 7:30 and it's outpatient, come home. Recovery should be about a week. So I'm putting positive vibes out there for myself. Everything is going to go great. This is going to work. This is going to change my life. So I need to head to the store. I already did a bunch of grocery shopping, so we didn't have to worry about anything. Get a couple more things so we are set for those 2 days, and then relax the rest of the day, get my mind right, and chill. Good morning, you guys. It is currently 5:20 and you're fine. My husband's opening up the banana nut muffins and I can't have one. I can't have it. You're so mean. I've been up since like 12:30 this morning. I could not sleep. That's pretty usual for me when it comes to any kind of surgery. I get so freaking nervous. I'm putting out good vibes. Everything's going to be okay. And this is going to be a great surgery. Come home, recover, definitely get something to eat after surgery because I will be starving. But yeah, let's get this show on the road, baby. Well, hello everyone. I am home. I've actually been home, about 6 hours now. The anesthesia I feel like has wore off. I don't feel like drunk. Like I can walk normal. My voice is back. Everything went great. The ablation went perfect. He removed my fallopian tubes, but all is well. I am bleeding a little bit, totally normal. I asked to be put on Toradol, even though they did give me oxycodone, but that kind of stuff just screws up my stomach so bad. So I asked for Toradol, which is basically like an amped up ibuprofen. That's working great. I ended up taking a nap soon after I got home. I was so tired. After I woke up, I felt like I was a little sore, but nothing like over the top. It was time to take another Toradol, so I did. I feel perfectly fine. They want me to get up and walk around, for blood clot reasons. That hasn't been an issue. I pigged out when I got home, and now I'm just relaxing. I'm on my couch, have my PJs on with my blanket, just watching TV. Chris is in the office room working, coming out periodically between meetings to check on me, so it's working out great. And they got my IV in one stick, which never happens. So when they got that on one stick, I was like, this is going to be a great surgery. Like the whole vibe, everything about it was amazing. And also sorry this morning for talking directly into my little mic here. That was obnoxious. Like, I don't know why I did that. My mind wasn't working correctly. So please forgive me with that. So the rest of the night is just going to be me doing my pain management, relaxing. My stomach is still numb, like to the touch, so clearly they numbed me. I'm getting a little nervous when that wears off. We'll see how I am tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be pretty telling because pain meds, the anesthesia completely gone, the numbing, gone, and just using the oral pain meds to keep everything under control, trying to stay away from the oxy. So we'll see how tomorrow is. But again, putting out the positive vibes, the prayers, all that stuff, that tomorrow is going to be a great day too. So I'm going to hop off here and I'll give you an update tomorrow. What's up, you guys? It's the next day. I've been doing really good. I slept for about 12 hours last night. I definitely needed it. I feel like I'm a little more hoarse today, but not like a ton. I haven't had a Toradol pain medication since like 2:30 last night. It is almost 12 hours later, so I'm doing really good. When it comes to the pain, I am pretty sore. Like, I'm not surprised by that. And yeah, just taking it easy, recovering, chilling out, relaxing. I'm eating and drinking just fine. I'm a little bit more nauseous today, but that's not that big of a deal. My eyes are dilated. I don't know if you can tell that they are, but they said that could be a side effect from the little nausea vomiting patch they put on the back of my neck before surgery yesterday. So they said if I don't need it, I should take it out. So I did, or take it off. So that's what I did, washed back there and made sure to wash my hands. But other than that, I'm just resting, probably about to take a nap because I'm pretty exhausted still. I might not jump back on camera until next week and then fill you in how the week went. But yeah, today's just a boring old day recovering, and it can only go up from here. I think we're golden, so I will see you guys next week. What is up, you guys? It is officially 8 days after surgery, and I'm doing really good. I just wanted to give you guys an update about the past week. So obviously the day after surgery, you saw me, everything was still good. I did notice the following day, it was actually a really weird thing that was going on. Friday, they were also dilated, but then Saturday, my eyes were totally fine. I felt good enough to film a YouTube video. I also went out to a brewery with my husband. They also served coffee, so I got myself a latte. We walked around, hit up another little brewery, and then went home. On Sunday, we had already had plans to go to a fundraiser and meet up with my family for dinner. My right eye decided to dilate. I had a horrible headache. I was dizzy, kind of nauseated, didn't feel great. So I was getting a little bit worried because I was just kind of thinking, like, this is a very weird side effect to still be having. And the fact that the day before my eyes were totally fine, and then boom, out of nowhere, my right eye decided to dilate. So just to be on the safe side, I did go to the ER. They did a CAT scan on me because they also thought it was weird. And I did mention this, I think it's called a scopolamine. I'm trying to remember what the patch is called. I will put the name right up here. But for those first 2 days after surgery, I had every single one of those symptoms. So I did take that patch off Thursday morning because I was kind of like, I don't like the way that I feel on this. I did mention it to the ER doctor, and she said it was very possible that it could be that patch, but that if it did happen again, that I should go get an MRI and go get an emergency eye exam and eye test done at one of the optometrists close to my house. Thank God it has not happened again. I have had a headache almost every day, but nothing that was like unbearable, and I think I know why. Because I did start my period, so I will mention that in a second. However, after the ER, I went home, took a Tylenol, the headache was gone, and my eye went back to being completely normal. So that was just such a weird thing to experience because I can't really see when that's happening. So yeah, it's really weird. So I ended up going to a brain injury fundraiser that day and then was able to go to dinner with my family. Monday and Tuesday, I took it very easy, just relaxed at home. And Tuesday was the day I was supposed to start my period, and I did start my period. However, it has been great. So because of surgery, you know, getting the ablation and getting my fallopian tubes taken out, I am not allowed to, you know, use a tampon, put anything up there. Nothing is allowed up there until I'm checked out post-op. And I was dreading this period, thinking like, oh my gosh, if nothing has changed this month, I am screwed. I will need to wear a diaper. I will not be able to leave my house. I was like, this is going to be a disaster. I have barely bled. Now, with an ablation, it can take up to 3 months for you to notice a difference in your periods. Thank God for me, it has been great. Now, I still have the cramping, all that kind of stuff, because an ablation doesn't solve that issue. It just solves the bleeding issue. Oh my gosh, everything, it's just been so worth it. And like, I just knew that if I could get somebody to listen to me and get this done, that it would change everything for me. Oh, it has been amazing. And I'm so glad that it's kind of happened during this past week so that I can talk about it and put it in this vlog. But yeah, just to be able to wear a panty liner, not have to get up in the middle of the night to change a period cup, or back in the day, change a tampon. It has been amazing. It probably seems a little dramatic, but for those of you who do have endometriosis and bleed a crazy amount, you will totally understand where I'm coming from. This surgery, the ablation, getting my tube side, all this stuff has already been totally worth it. I have a post-op visit in 4 days where I'll just get everything checked, make sure I'm healing good, and get the okay to go back to work. And if everything is good, which I'm assuming everything will be good, then I will go back to work on Tuesday. I will try to give you guys an update in the comments, maybe over the next couple of months, just to let you know what's going on. But I have a great feeling that this is just going to be a whole new journey for me, a whole new thing not to really have to worry about. And I can enjoy vacations. I can swim if I want to, even if I'm on my period. I can get more sleep. Hopefully my iron over time will get better. I can get off the iron pills. There's just so many little things that I'm hoping to just cross off and just make quality of life a little bit better and a little bit easier. So that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's keep the conversation going about endometriosis and talk about ablations. Let us all just like let it flow down below in the comments section. See what I did there, smell what I'm stepping in, see what I did there. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And I will see y'all on my next one. Thanks for watching.